In today's video, I'm gonna actually tell coin shops that it's me when I call them. Yes, that's right. I'm gonna call local coin shops in different parts of the US and talk to them about gold and silver and see what they're recommending to their customers and what they're stacking on their own. You see, the reason for that is right now gold seems to have no issue staying above $2,400 an ounce, whereas silver is struggling to even stay over 30. In fact, right now as I'm recording this, it's barely over 27. So is gold just a safer investment? Is gold a better investment? I would love to know what these coin shops think, and I'd love to know what their customers are saying and what they're recommending to their customers as well. So we're gonna do just that. And I'll even tell you where they are. I'll tell you what the coin shop's name is and how you can contact them if you want more info. So let's do it. But before we do me a favor, go down below and make sure you are subscribed, because many of my viewers don't even know that they are not subscribed to the channel, and we're at almost 200,000 subscribers, so I'd love for you to be one of them. All right, let's get on the phone and make some calls. My channel is sponsored by sdbullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to sdbullion.com/new. All right, guys, so we are here with Asher from Quality Coin and Gold in Florida, Palm Harbor, Florida. Asher, today's video, I'm just asking random coin shops about gold and silver. So in this current market with gold, sitting at over 2,400 and hitting peak record highs over the last, months this year, and silver can barely keep itself above 30. Do you think right now that it's actually better to go into gold than silver, or does silver have a lot of potential to really make a move? What do you think?
I think both are great choices, basically because the fiat dollar is dead. As long as the government's going to continue to create money out of thin air, gold and silver should both go up in price over time, as they have throughout all of history and every society that's ever been there. Now, with that said, the gold to silver ratio is a lot different than it used to be. Some of my customers will only stack silver, some of my customers will only stack gold, and most of them will do both, some kind of split, 75-25 to 25-75, either way. If you look at the traditional gold to silver ratio, we're much higher now than we have been in the past. So the common argument that I hear over the counter from customers is that silver's got a lot of room to run in price based on the gold to silver ratio being very high right now, where in the past it has been much lower.
Gotcha. So I'm kind of in the camp in silver. In fact, as you know, I told you before we started recording here, my channel name is Silver Seeker. But, I look at gold and it just seems to be it seems to be way more stable than silver is right now. Silver, it has massive moves up, massive moves down. And I think that scares a lot of people away from silver. So your customers that are stacking only silver, is there a reason behind them doing that?
They feel that silver is going to move more in price, is going to increase in price more than gold is going to.
Fair enough. Do you think silver has the potential to get back to like one of those historic ratios of 50 or 60 to 1 with gold?
I definitely think there's a potential there, especially when you take into the fact that silver is used in electronics, and the increase in use in cell phones in third world countries such as like India and whatnot, that are going to have much more common use of cell phones and electronics than they had before, as people's status increases, right? I think in solar panels also, there's more commercial and industrial uses in the future that should increase. Now, silver is heavily manipulated though, and that's really the problem that I see with it.
Do you think that the manipulation with silver will ever stop?
Not until the fines are more than what the profits are.
You know what? That's actually a very fair answer. Thank you for that. So the last question I'll ask you, and then I'll let you go because I know you're busy, is I know most coin shop owners, and I'm sure yourself included, even though I haven't asked, generally stack themselves as well.
Absolutely.
Are you currently leaning more towards silver or gold in your own stack?
Well, this is a problem that a lot of people run into over time, is that just the logistics of silver are very hard to deal with. After a certain amount of time, a lot of people just switch to gold, mostly because of storage.
That's a very fair point, yeah.
You can hold 100 grand in one hand worth of gold very easily. 2 tubes of gold eagles, right now is like $100,000, okay? $100,000 in silver is a lot of work and a lot of space and a lot of weight to move. It makes my forerunner squat in the back, okay? But gold you can transport much, much easier and store much, much easier. So I see a lot of customers that over the years that start out with silver just run out of room and just switch to gold because it's so much more value dense. With that said, I like 90%, right? Silver rounds, generic silver rounds, and gold eagles. That's what my preferences are. Absolutely. And what
Awesome.
I say.
Well, Asher, I definitely appreciate you allowing me to have this conversation with you. And guys, his coin shop is in Florida. I'm going to put information for that in the description below. Make sure you go check him out and give him some business. Asher, thank you for joining me.
Thanks. There's one more thing I'd like to add real quick.
Please go ahead.
This is a common situation that I see. I do not recommend buying graded silver eagles or modern graded bullion. It's a big mistake. It's a big rip for people to pay more for graded bullion that should just be raw coins, to pay a premium for that stuff, because on the back end it really disappears. Even if you want to grind it out coin by coin on eBay, these MS70 Moy signed silver eagles are a bunch of crap.
I could not agree with you more. I'm going to ask you a question in regards to that, though. I definitely agree on a stacking perspective, but if someone were wanting to put, say, just a year set together of, raw eagles at 70, is that something you also don't recommend if they're just wanting one of each year?
I mean, you could build like a Dansko book or something like that, and I usually sell those completed. Hi there, come on in, ma'am. But you're not going to get your money back out of that stuff. I'll be with you in just a minute, okay? People have to understand that the spread on numismatic graded coins is much, much higher than the spread on bullion.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks again, Asher. I really appreciate it, and you have a good one.
You too. Bye now.
All right, so as you heard from Shop 1, he actually is stacking more silver than gold right now, but he definitely made a very good argument for gold. Additionally, I loved what he said at the end of that conversation where he talked about how you're never going to get your money back out of buying those silly, moist, slabbed, and signed, silver eagles and things like that. It's not going to happen. So, I'm kind of in the camp of if you want to put a set together and maybe do a collection, one of each, go for it. But if you're wanting to stack, I mean, you don't go out and buy 20 or 40 of those. It's just not a good idea. You can get so much more silver, and you'll do much better with having more silver down the line. But we're not done. We have 2 more coin shops to call today. We're going to be talking next with a coin shop in Illinois. So let's get him on the phone and see what he has to say about the current market and gold and silver. All right, guys, now we are here with Robert. He's from Wolfcreek Coin and Currency in Marion, Illinois. Robert, today I'm talking to random coin dealers about gold versus silver. In this current market, with silver barely being able to hang itself above 30, and it seems to keep dropping down, very volatile, gold seems to have done very well, holding well above $22, $23, even $2,400 per ounce. So with knowing that, right now, do you think it's actually better or safer to be investing in gold versus silver, and what do you stack?
Basically what I think both of them, actually, I like silver preferably, but gold is also good. I still have people coming in buying a lot of gold. I can't really keep it. Silver has been picking up. So I think right now, both is actually, good for the customers and dealers right now.
Absolutely. And I agree. I love precious metals, no matter if it's gold, silver, or even platinum. You had said silver's picking up in your shop. Is that because of the recent spot price drop that we saw last week?
Yes, I believe because usually it's funny. Sometimes it's usually people buying when it starts to go up. But what I'm seeing is now the people, I guess, they're realizing where the market is still above the levels where it had been. And you're seeing more people pick up and buy a little bit here and a little bit there. I sold about a couple 100 ounces yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear more people are picking up on silver. I guess with this recent price drop, it gives people an opportunity to buy in a little bit buy the dip, as they say, right?
Yes, correct.
So I'm going to ask you, and I don't know this, guys. It turns out I have met him before at a coin show. I didn't know that calling him. But I know that most coin dealers are also stackers themselves. So if you don't mind me asking, right now, what are you stacking more? Are you putting more gold or silver into your personal stack?
A little bit of silver, but I still like my St. Gardens.
Also known as double eagles. The St. Gardens are beautiful, guys. I definitely agree.
Correct.
Definitely agree with that. Awesome. So is there anything else you wanted to add right now to the viewers before we go?
A lot of people is looking for silver dimes. I can't keep them. I probably sold $500 face in the last couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
I still got quarters and halves, they're selling a little bit, but everybody's wanting dimes. You know, they're thinking down the road, if the dollar goes kaput, they got something to bargain with.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said silver dimes. So what about quarters and half dollars? Or are they specifically looking for dimes?
No, they're specifically looking for dimes right now, smaller denomination. I got freaking probably $400 in face in halves and quarters right now, and I have no dimes.
Wow.
They just keep adding to it.
For sure.
I have people sold me a little bit of silver, which that don't happen very often, but
you say people aren't they don't sell you silver very often, or?
No, they've been holding on to it last 3-4 months.
Gotcha. Okay, but they're selling it now. So I wonder why they would sell it with the dip, or did they slow down after it dipped?
I think what you're seeing is the economy around here right now. I think that's, and they're selling gold too, but I can't keep the gold. I flip it quick.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I bought a graded St. Gardens. I sold it an hour later.
Wow.
And then I turned around and bought another Liberty yesterday evening, and it'll probably be gone today. And a guy going to bring me a maple leaf and a kangaroo, and it'll be gone today.
Man, well, I tell you what, it's good to hear that your business seems to be doing well. That's awesome.
Yeah, I do a lot of volume. My margin's pretty slim. I pay people good money for their stuff.
That's good. Well, you know, Marion's not too far from me, only a couple hours. Maybe if I'm ever out that way, I'll swing by. Yeah,
I'm open Monday through Thursday. Always call me before you come, because if I might be at a show or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I did pick up. I bought a 47 Charlotte the other day.
Oh wow. What?
$2.50. That's pretty nice. It's in a ring.
Someone put a Charlotte minted coin in a ring. What?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
They knew what it was, but the funny thing was it wasn't actually stuck in the coin. I just went ahead and slowly pushed it back out.
Man,
I didn't have to do nothing, no damage or nothing to the coin.
I can't imagine. I mean, some people have more money than sense, I guess. So.
Well, it was the grandmothers, you know.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about that, but they knew it was a Charlotte. So.
Wow. Very cool.
But right now, paper money ain't moving.
No.
I got a lot of that.
No one's buying the paper right now.
It's mainly just bullion right now, and I've been just buying.
All right. Well, listen, I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to put information for his coin shop down in the description below. If you're in the area, make sure you go check him out and throw some business his way. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Can you believe that somebody put a Charlotte minted gold coin inside of a ring? That is mind-blowing. I did not expect to hear that. But additionally, I didn't expect to hear him tell me that he is having trouble keeping 90% dimes in stock, but not the other two denominations, quarters and half dollars. Many of his customers are looking for dimes. In my experience, usually half dollars are the most sought after, but you know what? It's definitely going to vary around the country, which is why we have one more coin shop to call. So if you noticed, we started in Florida, which is southeast, and then we went to Illinois, which is Midwest, and now we're going to go to the northwest state of Montana. So we have a coin shop to call in Montana. Let's get them on the phone and see what they have to say about gold and silver as our last coin shop. Let's do it. All right, guys, so next up, we are here with Bridger. He is the owner of a coin shop called Penny Ranch in Bozeman, Montana. Bridger, today we are doing a video about gold versus silver. With the current silver and gold market, gold seems to be pretty stable, but silver very volatile, you know, going up and down, you know, pretty large moves, whereas gold seems to be kind of maintaining $2,300, $2,400 an ounce. So knowing that right now, what do you think is actually the better buy for, you know, yourself and your customers when they come into your shop, gold or silver?
You know, that's a very nuanced question. I think they're both great, but it all depends on ultimately the customer's end goal. I see gold as being a lot more stable. So for people seeking wealth preservation, I think it's hard to beat 1 ounce gold. Very stable. It's always been kind of a good store of value. Long term, for the savvy speculators, and myself included, I'm actually more bullish on silver. We'll see it be, you know, more volatile, ups and downs. But there's a lot more industrial demand. So with the gold to silver ratio in mind, something like 85-1 today, that makes silver incredibly undervalued compared to gold. In my shop, I see a lot of people buying both. It seems like big spenders want the gold. because it's a little easier to store. Silver's kind of like the poor man's gold, so many people are buying silver. I'd say, we definitely sell more silver than gold, but we do a fair bit of each.
Fair enough. So you had mentioned the gold to silver ratio, and the industrial demand to boot. What do you think keeps silver so low? I mean, silver only comes out of the ground about 8-1 with, gold, yet it's 85-1 with gold, although there is much more demand on the industrial side for silver. Why would silver remain so low with gold remaining so high, do you think?
Well, I think it's a number of factors there. One of them is because we used to be backed by the gold standard, and silver was a part of that. The more our currency continues to lose value, I think kind of the more pressure there is. There's some speculation there that there's prices being manipulated. One aspect I like to look at is called the paper to silver ratio. You can actually go to usdebtclock.com and you can look at this. It's 400-1. So that means for every 1 ounce of silver that's traded on the commodities exchange, there's actually 400 paper stocks being issued. So it makes it look like there's a lot more silver out there than there is, especially when those paper shuffles happen on the open market. I think part of that is companies like Tesla who need all the silver. They're, for them, it makes sense to have the price suppressed so they can continue buying these. Long term, with demand, solar panels, EVs, military industrial complex. And then you throw factors like BRICS nations into there. Their currency is going to be backed by gold and silver. So for them, it makes sense that they would want gold and silver to rise because it's going to back their currency. So the more it's worth, the more their currency is worth. Where here it's kind of an inverse relationship. The more gold and silver are worth, the less our dollar is worth. So I think part of it is financial institutions, the commodities exchange, corporations. A lot of people don't realize that a Tomahawk missile has 500 ounces of silver in it, and some of the torpedoes can have much more than that.
Man, a monster box of silver being blown up. Whew, can't even imagine.
Integrated, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh. So with knowing all of that, when your customers are coming in, do you have more of them leaning towards gold or silver in this market?
So like I said, it all depends. We get a pretty fair amount of both types of investors. I have people who are just looking for gold, people with storage concerns, people with large amounts of wealth that they want to protect. Generally, I will recommend gold to them and a little bit of each. But gold is going to be much more stable for people looking to maybe sell it within a year or two. I think gold could be a safer bet because it's not as volatile. But the only problem with gold is that, someday we have some sort of currency collapse or anything. It could be very difficult to barter with gold. So that's where silver is going to kind of come into play. So we ask the questions to people like, what is your goal here? For people who just want wealth preservation, it's hard to beat gold. For people who kind of want some of each and they want to preserve their wealth, but they're concerned about the economy, gold, maybe a monster box of silver to potentially have some barter capabilities. Also, silver being incredibly undervalued. If that ratio ever gets even close to what the natural ratio, or even the ratio that we had it when we were backed by the gold standard, silver would be worth quite a bit more than it is today.
Absolutely, and I agree.
So I like to have more silver personally than gold with that in mind.
Okay. All right, Bridger. Well, that's all I had for today, but was there anything else you wanted to add for the viewers before we go?
Sometimes platinum and palladium can be interesting to look at too. They're on average, platinum group metals are about 30 times more rare than gold, and they're about half the price right now. So platinum could be a good power play down the road too. I'd say with platinum, buy it cheap. If it ever doubles or anything like it did kind of back in 2008. That's when you'd want to probably get that into silver or gold.
All right, guys. Well, again, that was Bridger from Penny Wrench in Bozeman, Montana. I'm going to put information for his coin shop in the description. If you guys are in the area, definitely run by and show him some support. Bridger, thank you for joining me.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on. Take care.
You too. Bye. Platinum and palladium. He made a very valid point. Think about it. I mean, platinum and palladium. If you think about platinum, it, for decades, like from when I was a kid up until 2012, 2011, somewhere in that range, maybe it was a different year, don't quote me, but Platinum was always more valuable than gold. That's why there's the gold album and then the platinum album, which requires a lot more to obtain in the music industry. So I don't know. That is a very good question. Platinum's been less valuable than gold for a decade now, but that isn't how it was historically. Additionally, the gold to silver ratio used to be a lot closer, and that's not where it is now. Does that just mean that gold is the ultimate store of wealth? Or does it mean that gold's overvalued? Or maybe it means that the other metals, silver, platinum, and palladium, are all undervalued. It's a lot to think about. But anyway, guys, that is 3 coin shops that we talked to today in regards to gold and silver, what they're doing, what they're telling their customers, and what their customers are looking for as well. And I hope that you learned a little bit by listening to what they had to say. I'm going to put all the information for all 3 shops down below. If you live in those areas or anywhere close, maybe stop in and check them out sometime. And I want to thank them once again for joining us for this video. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. Check out this video up here if you haven't seen it yet, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you next time.